Title: The Peacemaker. Jamal stood at the corner of 12th and Main, the same block he had grown up on, but it felt different now. A year ago, this corner was his territory. He ran with the crew, hustled for money, and did whatever it took to survive in their rough neighborhood. But things changed when his older brother, Malik, was gunned down during a gang dispute. That loss shattered something deep inside Jamal, forcing him to reevaluate his life. It was during one of those endless, sleepless nights filled with grief that he stumbled into Mount Zion Community Church. There, Pastor Williams spoke words that clung to his soul. "Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God." It was like the verse was written just for him. Jamal turned his life around. He got involved in community projects, mentoring younger kids who were on the edge of falling into the same trap he had. He even started working part-time at the youth center, helping set up basketball tournaments to keep the kids off the streets. But change doesn't come easy, especially in a neighborhood that only respects power and fear. One Friday evening, as Jamal was locking up the youth center, he noticed a group of boys, his old crew, waiting by his car. Tyrell, his closest friend from the gang, stepped forward. "You think you better than us now?" Tyrell sneered, his hand resting on his waistband where Jamal knew he kept a piece. "Preaching peace while we still out here struggling? I'm not better than you, Ty. I found a better way. We don't have to keep living like this," Jamal replied calmly, his heart pounding. The others laughed bitterly. "Man, this street don't care about peace. It cares about survival." Jamal took a deep breath. He had been preparing for this moment, knowing it would come. "I'm still surviving, Ty, but I'm not looking over my shoulder every second. I'm not losing more brothers to this life." Terrell's face darkened. "You walking away makes us look weak. You know that, right?" The tension crackled like static in the air. A few of the guys shifted uneasily, hands twitching toward hidden weapons. Jamal stepped closer, hands raised. "I'm not your enemy. None of us are enemies. We're victims, man. Victims of a system that wants us dead or locked up. But we can change that, together." For a second, Jamal saw it, the flicker of doubt in Tyrell's eyes. But it was quickly masked by anger. Tyrell pulled out the gun, aiming it directly at Jamal. "You're making me look soft, bro." Jamal didn't flinch. His voice trembled, but stayed firm. "If pulling that trigger makes you feel stronger, then do it. But you know Malik wouldn't want this. He died in this same cycle, man, and I'm done with it." The street went silent, the weight of Malik's memory pressing down on everyone. Tyrell's hand shook. Tears brimmed in his eyes, but he quickly turned away, lowering the gun. "I can't, man. I can't do it." One by one, the other boys followed, leaving Jamal standing alone under the flickering street lamp. That night, Jamal sat on the church steps, overwhelmed by the emotional weight of what had just happened. Pastor Williams approached, sitting beside him. "You did good, Jamal," the pastor said softly. "I was so scared," Jamal admitted, "but I had to try." Pastor Williams nodded. "You chose peace over violence. That takes courage. Remember, son, being a peacemaker doesn't mean life gets easier. It means you're willing to fight for something better, even when it's hard." Jamal looked up at the night sky, the words of Matthew 5:9 echoing in his mind. He wasn't perfect. He still had a long road ahead. But for the first time in a long while, he felt like he was on the right path. The path of a true peacemaker.